What up, YouTube? Moose coming at you once again. Today I have something different from you. Like I've said, I don't want to just focus on models. And today we're going to take a look at a piece of audio equipment from my desk. We are going to look at this stereo mixer. So let's get started. Sorry if you can hear the beeping in the background. I don't know what's going on doing outside, but it's irritating me. Anyways, as you can see, this is from ART, the Applied Research and Technology Company. It is their MX624. It is a 6-channel stereo mixer with 2 zone outputs, and that was key to me, the 2 outputs. And they intend this for like studios, bars, conference rooms, etc., etc. So they got a nice picture of it on the device on it. Some blurbs on the front, or on the back, I mean, about the specifications and everything that this device is. So it has 6-channel stereo inputs with individual level controls, and it all uses the phono jacks. Has balanced mono microphone XLRs that you can use alternatively on the first 3 inputs. The first one is actually on the front, the other 2 are on the rear. So if you don't want to use it as a line input, you can use the mics. It can give phantom power for each microphone. And the first channel has switchable ducking of either channels with selectable parameters. I'll never use that because I'm not going to have a microphone hooked up to this anyways. A front panel 3.5mm input for like plugging phones and stuff like that into. And there are 2 sets of outputs, like I said, with master level bass and treble controls. 2 bus inputs. So if you want to get a bunch of these together and combine them for a multitude, these bus inputs, I had to read because I wasn't sure, allow you to connect the units together, and they kind of like sync across each other in a sense, you know. Or it syncs the buses together, basically. It's in a 1U form factor, and like I said, I mean, there's specs over here, but I don't really give a crap about those. Really nice packaging. So inside the box, there's not a whole heck of a lot. Your instruction manual that basically tells you how to hook it up and what the different knobs and stuff like that are. A 3-prong NEMA power plug with the ICE end on it, and the unit itself. Let me grab the unit out, and I'll kind of walk you around that. Alright, so like I said, it is a 1U form factor. So as you can see on the front, it's very hard to get a good angle on this. I'm sorry. Black on black doesn't work. I should have got my backdrop out. But anyways, so here's your first channel mic input. Then there are 6 individual channels, all with their own very nice, very firm level controls. And then each channel, this is where the bus thing comes in, has a set of buttons on either side, and you can select which of the 2 output zones each of the input channels goes to. If you click it in, it like depresses the switch. So there's zone A, zone B, and then you can send it the inputs to both outputs if you want. You can click them both in, it allows you to do that, or of course neither if you don't have anything hooked up. Then coming down here, again, we have the zone controls. So there's the level knob, and then there's bass and treble knobs for both of those. This is really key to me. I think it's really cool because my monitors, my speakers, do not have a volume control, so being able to set the volume for that will be nice. For my headphone output, it would be nice if there was a way to like do it, but I'll probably just set it to about 5 and go from there. And then it's got a power switch, Hopefully that doesn't mean there's any bright LEDs. So as we can see on the back, then the power input, there's the zone 2 outputs. It's unbalanced. That's key if it matters to you. TRS, so actually I guess it'd be TS. Zone 2, zone 1. Here's the bus inputs. I don't know how you'd output from the other, anyways. And then here's the 6th set of line inputs, and down here we have the alternative inputs for 2 more XLR marks for channel 2 and channel 3. And then there's a bunch of dip switches here. It's marked what they're for, but it's basically for like phantom power and such for dealing with microphones and how to configure them. So anyways, that's a quick look at that device. Alright, so like I said, I have motivation for getting this piece of equipment. A while back, it's probably been about a year ago, so now I bought a really good quality pair of headphones and a digital analog converter, and then I've got my speakers and stuff like that, and I have over here at my desk a gaming PC and a MacBook that I use depending on what I'm doing, and then I want to get a third device, a Raspberry Pi, if you know what that is, of course. Most of you on my channel probably have no idea, but it's a little computer that I want to put a music server on so that I can listen to my music anytime on it, and it's kind of its own little streaming device. But the one issue, and I will pan you over here as soon as I close some things. Okay. So this is my main monitor, and I know it's way zoomed in. I don't have a better lens, unfortunately, at the moment for this. And it's got audio, and then my Mac is sitting over here. And I'll see if I can pan you down at all. Below my monitor, I have 2 digital to analog converters. They're topping D10. I'm not sure the specific SD or something like that, but they're the same thing. One is hooked to my gaming PC, one is hooked to my MacBook. And then I currently have this little, I will actually bring you over. Sorry about that. This little LZ SIG MX624 that I bought off of Amazon for, I don't know, it was like $20. But anyways, it's got 4 TRS inputs, so stereo, and you can, it's got for mono and stereo controls so that you can, depending on your source, you know, because this is actually meant for like music production, so like guitars and keyboards and stuff like that. And then it's got a selector switch for that. But anyways, so the 4 channels all have their own gain setting, and then there's one down here for the output of it. And the issue is, so I've got 2 of them aren't used, so they're turned all the way down. But if I turn up, say, my Mac, can you hear that buzz? And it's because the gain setting is, the gain or the circuitry behind this is not that great. But now if I match it with the audio for my PC, it goes away because it's, I don't know. I don't understand. But it's frustrating. And then the issue with that is because of that, I have under my MacBook here is a Singzer SA1. It's a headphone amplifier. And it is a very, very powerful amplifier. And, well, okay, let me go backwards a little bit. So then to go from this thing here, this mixer, I have in between here underneath Bernie Sanders, I'll move him out of the way, this little like dumb switch that has 1 input and 4 outputs. And the 1 input goes to my actual computer speakers, and then the other input goes over here to my headphone amplifier, and it creates like an audio drop when I switch between them, and I have to like unplug and replug devices. I haven't figured out why, but it's irritating. But anyways, so this little splitter down here that switches between the inputs actually causes me to a lot of resistance, and I have to turn the volume on my headphone amplifier way, way, way up, even on the highest gain settings, to be able to use my headphones. and I'm not comfortable with pumping the amount of current this thing can through my really expensive headphones that I've got. And I was like, I just don't feel safe, so I just do not use my headphones as much as I'd like. There's my headphones that I was talking about. They are Audi's LCD-X's. So they are very expensive. I take care of them. I don't want to take the chance of blowing speakers out. So that's why I've got the new mixer after a bunch of research. So let me get all this taken apart, redo my wiring with the new device in place. Not exactly sure where I'm going to set it at the moment. It might just kind of get set right here while I test and stuff, because it will not fit under this shelf, but I still need access to it. So I'll come back in a little bit, catch y'all on the flip side. Alright, so I've got the device installed down there. As you can see, I'm sure the video quality is probably not the greatest. My lens doesn't zoom out far enough, but down here underneath my laptop. And so like I said, so I've got at the moment, I've got a Netflix show over on here, and I have music playing here on my desktop. And as you can hear, there's no audio at the moment. So if I come over here, I have my Mac set up on channel 1 and my desktop set up on channel 2. So that's channel 1 and that's channel 2. That one's connected to my Mac, that one's connected to my PC. And to keep it in order, I decided to keep it, you know, going across my desk. So now if I come over here and the little switch down here, click that in, and now Netflix is coming in through channel 1, but it's going to output A, which I have output A feeding to my monitor speakers here, and then output B, or zone B as they call it, outputs over here to my headphone amplifier. You might be able to see it there below my Google speaker, out to my headphones that are sitting right there. So I can send, I click the other side to zone B now, and now Netflix is coming through both my speakers and my headphones. And probably won't be able to pick it up, but I've got my headphones right above it. Or what I can do, for example, is stop Netflix from going to zone B, but I can come over here to channel 2, which is my PC.
No, he didn't
send that to zone B.
They were in there for 5 hours.
And now you can hear
the camera, this phone,
the music coming through my headphones. Or again, because again it mixes and splits at the same time, I can come back, and now the music's also coming out through my speakers. So it's really powerful. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the sound on both. So I discovered playing with some of the settings on the mixer. Let me bring you down a little bit. That on the output side here, I have zone 2, the volume itself set to probably about 25, maybe 30%. And then the output gain for zone A is just a hair over the bare minimum. You start turning that up towards even about 50%, and you start getting the hissing and buzzing and everything like that that you'd expect from just over amplification. But I have my speaker volume now set almost to 100%, you know, basically to its clipping point, and leaving the zone outputs exactly where they're at, not touching them at all. I actually control the volume using the channel inputs. So I will, for example, go ahead and put the music, and I can bring the volume down. I mean, it's great range. All the way down to basically nothing. And I can do that for both of them. So anyways, I thought, appreciate that quick look. Thanks for watching. Subscribe as always, and I've got a desk revision coming soon. I've got a riser stand that'll go the whole way across to put it on. I'll show you all that then. So, anyways, till next time, catch y'all later.